in a long-term contract, symbolizing the enduring trust.
Because actually we didn't, if you don't have a long-term agreement, it's very difficult to invest in a port.
The government of India speak to its own foreign policy goals vis-a-vis the Chabahar.
India has taken a significant step in enhancing its strategic and trade relations with Iran by signing a 10-year contract to develop and operate the Chabahar port.
It is a historic milestone in their long-standing relationship, driven by the visionary ideals of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, championed by India's Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi. Under Modi's leadership, the momentous agreement that began on 23rd of May 2016 is culminating today in a long-term contract, symbolizing the enduring trust and deepening partnership between India and Iran. The Chabahar Port is an India-Iran flagship project. Today, we witness the signing of the long-term contract for operating the Shahid Beheshti Port Terminal. I am confident that a firm, sustainable and long-term roadmap for developing the port has been established. I had today a very useful exchange of views with my dear colleague, Dr. Bazar Pas. We agreed to further deepen our transport and transit cooperation.
This move is seen as a way to facilitate trade with Iran, Afghanistan and Central Asian nations, creating an alternate route that bypasses Pakistani ports.
As and when a long-term arrangement is concluded, it will clear the pathway for bigger investments to be made in the port. Right now, the port has not grown because actually we didn't, if you don't have a long-term agreement, it's very difficult to invest in a port. So the very clear expectation is that the Chabahar port, at least that part of the Chabahar port that we are involved in, that will definitely see more investments. It will see more connectivity linkages coming out of that port.
The deal involves an investment of about $120 million by Indian Ports Global Limited with an additional $250 million in financing, totaling the contract's value to $370 million.
हमारे चबाहार पोर्ट की लॉन्ग टर्म कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में आज हम लोगों ने दस्तखत की है और ये बहुत साल से बातचीत चल रहे थे. इतना दिन तक तो ये शॉर्ट टर्म के थे.
This development project is expected to boost India's regional connectivity and influence.
लॉन्ग टर्म जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होने के वजह से भविष्य में ये सिर्फ भारत और ईरान का बीच में नहीं रहेगा. अफगानिस्तान और हमारे CIS जो कंट्री है और एशियन कंट्री है उसका साथ बहुत बड़ा एक कनेक्टिविटी बनेगा.
However, following the agreement, the United States issued a cautionary statement highlighting the potential risk of sanctions for any business engagements with Iran.
So we're aware of these reports that Iran and India have signed a deal concerning the Chabahar port. I will let the government of India speak to its own foreign policy goals vis-a-vis the Chabahar port as well as its own bilateral relationship with Iran. I will just say, as it relates to the United States, U.S. sanctions on Iran remain in place and will continue to enforce them.
Does that mean including against Indian firms potentially?
So broadly, Sean, you've heard us say this in a number of instances. Any entity, anyone considering business deals with Iran, they need to be aware of the potential risk that they are opening themselves up to and the potential risk of sanctions.
The US State Department's principal deputy spokesperson emphasized that while they acknowledge India's foreign policy objectives, parties should be mindful of the implications of dealing with Tehran.